Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing well. Getting started now. Let me make sure that my stream is live and then make sure that my audio is working well so we don't have any issues. We are live. Let's go. Day 12. I know I skipped a couple of days. All right. Okay, we're good. I know I skipped a couple of days, guys. I was a little bit under the weather. It's the weekend, but we still have been working really hard on the product. I've been working on it a little bit off stream, making a couple of updates and continuing to work on our uh, AI X-Copilot. So we're gonna get back to it. We got our coffee. Good morning, everybody. Good morning or good night, depends on where you are. And we're gonna get started, guys. Let me make sure to get everything here set up. So we'll be about 1 hour stream. Don't want to take too long because, yeah, I mean, I can sit here for 10 hours, but let's just make it 1 hour of quality. All right, guys, let's get started here. Hope you guys are doing well. All right. So let me just get this locked in, and we'll get started. I haven't worked on it since yesterday, so I'm not too sure where we're left off, but we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. So, guys, a quick overview again. I'd like to start off with just doing a very quick overview of what this is. This is a X Copilot. It's 100% approved for TOS. We're not breaking any TOS. We do very deliberate design to make sure that if you're using this app, you have absolutely zero risk of anything happening to your X account. So the reason, just a couple of things, what this does is you give it, maybe I should move my camera a little bit to the right. You guys can kind of see it. I like to move my camera on the top left so I can keep track. But here you can see the agenda. Find builders sharing opinions, trade-offs, or concrete takes on shipping AI/software tools in public. Prefer posts with a clear point of view or a specific technical claim I can agree/disagree with. Skip open-ended engagement questions. What are you shipping? Drop your stack. So we've done a couple of more, as you can see here, a little bit more of tuning to our prompt. And the way this works, again, this is open source. You can clone the repo in the description. You do not need an X API key. And this runs based on your X session cookie. If you go here, you see we have authenticated to our X account. It does it through session cookie authentication. If you go to my first stream, you can see me set up the session cookies, first or second stream. The way you do it is you just go to network, to Google, you log into your X account, you go to Google, or you right click, go to network, find the cookie, get the session keys, and just paste them in. Anyway, once you get everything locked in, you hit start scout, and it will use your X session, not the API key. It doesn't have an API, so you don't need to pay for API. It will use the X session to do some scouting for relevant. It looks like our sidecar is offline, actually, so we need to restart our agent. Let's go ahead and do this. PR, please go ahead and restart production. Let me go ahead and just switch here to Cursor so I don't confuse. Here we are in Cursor, by the way. We must be able to go ahead and restart production so I can test it. I could have just done it myself, but I'm going to have the AI do it. So here's our Cursor setup. We're building this with Cursor and Mergestorm. I'll talk about Mergestorm a little bit later. And the way this works, yeah, we have this Cursor on a server running with the product. We're just gonna go ahead and the last PR. So while it's doing this, let me just check our PRs really quick and see where we're at, what we're doing. Here's our pull request. Everything should be closed. Wow, 14 issues. Okay, we're gonna have to clear out some of these issues. It looks like most of them have been already have a PR that's been merged. So we're actually gonna go ahead and just also give a follow-up prompt to Cursor, just so it can close any issues that we don't need. So please take a look at our issues. Many are already stale, so please close them. So this is gonna close the issues. We did restart production now, so we can test the actual product. So again, this is running with PM2 Manager, as you see here, PM2 Manager.sh, because the API is in TypeScript, and so is the front end. Front end is in Vite or Vite, however you want to say this. And so yeah, this runs with PM2 Manager. Includes PM2 log rotate, so it rotates logs, saves logs, runs 24/7. PM2 Manager, one of my favorite stuff. I've been using it all the time, especially for node processes. Sometimes I even use it for Python scripts. I wrap it in Node, but I know that's not right. But regardless, this is all in TypeScript, so I think it's restarted. We can go ahead and try it again. Our sidecar is offline. I see. Our we need to actually restart. That's what it is. Let me restart the server. We need to run npm run dev. Okay, here we go. So now it's running. We should be good. All right. Sidecar should be online unless something is broken. Let's see here. Let's start scouting. Okay, looks good. So again, the way this works, it's a bucket approach. I know some other people are. I've noticed someone else is also building an X-Copilot. Maybe they're doing it a little bit differently. The way we work is we do not. It's super easy to have. It's super easy to have DeepSeek or another model just create a response for you, and all you have to do is copy, paste it, and post it. But that's going to be against TOS, so we do not add any sort of suggestion of what to reply or how to reply, even going as far as even just suggesting an opinion. I think is already going to be a little bit weird. The idea is we just collect threads like this. You open this on X directly, and you interact on X. So here's an example of a thread. Day 1, building Aurora in public. Every day I post exactly what changed, and the current build is always live on the site. If it didn't ship, I don't post it. So again, guys, some of you guys might not like it. Some of you might like it. The thing with this is, let me see here. The issue here is there's not much to interact with. This Aurora thing, this guy is Aurora AI Music. I'm not sure why this one got through, because this is just some, it seems like a sort of promotion. And look, we have some tags here. So what does it say? It says build in public, right? This is building in public, but there's, all he is doing is promoting their own tool. And this one is a lived answer. Concrete, build in public, commitment with a clear process, on agenda, and authentic. Yeah, this is not, we're still having some issues with identify correct threads. So here's another thread that I'm not too fond of because there's no real substance for me. I'm not trying to discredit anybody, but it's hard to interact with this, and that's why a lot of people, because what are you going to say? You're going to say good job? It's just a yes man. You don't want to be a yes man. There's no value in it to anyone. Not him, not anyone else. So this is one of those things where we want to exclude stuff like this. There's no opinion. We want some opinion. We want some concrete facts. And we want something interesting. This is just a statement that's being made. So we need to further get rid of this. The way we're going to do this is going to go back to Cursor and do some investigation and figure out how we can get rid of these kind of threads. So here it is. We're going to go and just take a screenshot or just send them a link to this thread. Take a screenshot is better. Take a screenshot. I'm waiting on Grok 4.6. Some people are getting Grok 4.6 already. I'm still not getting it. Where's my Grok? Maybe in a couple of hours I'll get it. So I'm one of the top Cursor users, but never mind, I guess. I don't get 4.6. I'm sure it'll come soon. Okay, so this is a thread. I'm going to take a screenshot. Okay, you guys see Cursor. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to just try to kind of walk through this, investigate how we can further get rid of these kind of threads. Why were they servers to begin with? How can we filter out these kind of low quality thread posts? Because while he is talking about building in public, all the post is just a statement. I need posts that have some sort of newsly facts or interesting opinions and some substance behind them. Just making a statement is not something we are looking for, and it's incredibly hard to engage with. What are my options here? Please investigate. I know there's a lot of typos, but so we're just gonna have Cursor investigate why it surfaced this. I'm not gonna spend too much. It's gonna take some time, a couple of minutes while it's doing this. Let's stay focused, and I'm just gonna leave this be. Let's take a look at this one here. This one is account owner limits who can view their posts. Wow, what is this? Yeah, this is I'm not sure what's going on there. So this could be another edge case we could handle. This could be another edge case we can handle of like if you're not able to see the post, we delete it. But it's too nuanced and too niche. We're not gonna bother with it right now. If we get a couple of more of these in the future, we can figure it out. This one we were working on. Let's check out this thread again. So far, we haven't interacted with a single thread. Yeah, I am very, very picky about what kind of threads I want to interact with. And honestly, half the time I feel like the prompt that I give, it's always missing something. So here's another one. This guy, again, this guy is promoting something. Did you know you need to open this app to send your Hermes agent some work? Okay, so he's showing something about Hermes agent. And this guy is saying how this shortcut interferes with some other shortcut. System shortcuts register ahead of app hotkeys, so an OS release can quietly take a chord you already shipped. The only real defense with a C is detecting the conflict at launch and saying so, because otherwise, feature just stops working and looks like your bug. Okay, I'm just gonna skip this because I'm gonna skip this one. Let's find a good thread, guys, please. Let's find a good thread. I mean, these are decent. If you really wanted to interact with it, I could say something, but I'm trying to kind of be extra careful about which threads I'm interacting with. This one, hiring. Come and join us and advance the frontier of AI. Is this Chinese or Korean? Berkeley? I'm not sure what. What's the stack looking like for infra? It's been shipping mobile AI stuff, and always curious how y'all handle latency at scale. Again, this guy is promoting some product. Why does it keep surfacing promotions? I know it's kind of a hard ask when we're trying to ask it, but it keeps surfacing promotions. All right, let's go back to Cursor and see what it told us. So for the previous issue with our Aurora, card slipped because Triage treated a meta BIP process pledge as substance. It tagged lived answer, built in public, bait 20. Reason, clear process, on agenda, and authentic. Yeah, but it's not cool. So what is the option? The option is prompt. Teach triage. Process announcements of BIP rituals with no new fact. Ship delta, number, or sharp claim. Engage, skip. Flag low substance and often promo context, not lived answer. And a few shot like Aurora. Add a few shot like Aurora. Prefer cool only. Okay, let's try this. Let's try to do this. Seems like a prompt gap. Let's see if we can close it via the prompt quickly. Now again, this one, I'm too used to opening up a PR for every little thing. Technically, I don't need to do a PR for this. I could have just adjusted the prompt and pushed straight to main, but I would like to get my code review agents on top of this anyway, so we're just gonna get a PR done for this. And meanwhile, we'll still have another issue here with this one. This one, let's see. This one is he's hiring. Again, we need to try to avoid any sort of promotions, you know, any sort of things that are promoting themselves or someone else. We need to be really careful of what we engage with. Let me see here. So this is another one. Why did it surface this? It said lived answer, genuine help request. Right. But this is not really a genuine help request. So this is becoming a little bit interesting here. Let's see. He's going to take care of this issue here. Let me go back to the correct page. Sorry about that. So this one is, again, see here, we can kind of leave it on for now. Let's try to get one interaction going at least that we like. Welcome to the AI native era. Apparently, all it takes is saying it. Software with AI does not equal software engineered around intelligence. That difference is... Okay, this is a little bit better. I like this. Why? Because, yeah, he's saying something kind of like random, but at least he's sharing some sort of opinion about something. Even though technically this could be engagement bait, at least this is, well, it doesn't look like engagement bait. First of all, low amount of views, so I'm happy to interact with something that has low amount of views. It increases your chances of getting some interaction back. So let's interact with this one. What is he talking about? AI native era. Apparently all it takes is saying it. Software with AI is not equal to software engineered around intelligence. That difference is about to get expensive. Software engineered around intelligence. Right, I guess so. The gap between vibe coded software and production quality. Okay, this is a decent. Agreed. That's what I want. Agreed. The gap between vibe coded software and production quality. I mean, actually, I don't know if that's true. The skill gap. The skill gap required to take your project from a vibe coded app to production software will continue to increase. I guess the reason why I think that it'll continue to increase is because as the models get smarter and as you would want to utilize those smart models, you're gonna need to have deep understanding of the architecture of how everything aligns. Even Fable, you give it a prompt, it's gonna do something not necessarily how you want it, and especially if it comes to building new things. If you want to build something new, a new algorithm, a new structure, a new system, a new way to do something, Fable is not going to be able to kind of create something new. AI models are not, I don't think they're not as good right now as in creating something brand new. Like, yeah, solving math problems, maybe it's getting there, but creating something substantially new, you still need a human to sanity check it, etc. So I think in this sense, this is interesting. This is a decent one. Let's look further. How is Cursor doing? Let me look at Cursor, see where we at here, where it's done with this PR. Let me just go back and show you guys Mergestorm really quick. So I'll show you guys how it works for Mergestorm. So I'll show you guys, we have a PR. I'll show you guys some, if you guys are interested, check out Mergestorm. Here it is. We've done a lot of updates. We continue to do updates every day. Mergestorm is the AI code review agent, a system of agents, and it's a lot more than that if you want to really utilize our software. So here we have, this is a actual real PR stack that we are working on, and this is our current one, the single PR for, this is the single PR on top here for X-Copilot. So as you can see here, we have the vortex all clear, we have no CI, everything is clean. Now we can't see the chain. There is nothing, no chain, because everything was clear from the get-go. So if everything is good, we could just go ahead and land this. It's going to land this, merge this into main. Nice and easy, and we can move on to the next step. Now here you can see this is actually a little bit of a bigger PR. And so what happened here, this is a stack, a 4-layer stack. And what we did, we are introducing, it's called review units, but we're going to rebrand this. The good name, the proper name for this is integration unit. So what happens is you create a feature. In this case, the feature that we're working on is for Mergestorm. It's a Vortex, the main review agent, A/B testing. So we're auto-enrolling all our customers, all our users into A/B testing. It's zero cost to the user. But what we're doing is on the initial review of every PR, we'll give you 2 reviews from the same agent, from Vortex, but it'll be 2 different pipelines, slightly different models, slightly different pipelines, A and B, and it's gonna alternate. So just because one time one was A, another time was B, next time it might be switched. So it'll be a real experiment, and you get to vote if you want to. You can choose to vote for your, for your preferred review style or your review comments. So A and B testing is what we're doing. You can turn it off if you want to, but again, it's zero cost to you, and at the end of the day, it'll just give you more items to review, or it'll catch more bugs because now you have 2 separate agents kind of running it, but it's not really cost sustainable, so we're gonna end up choosing one over the other. But before making this decision, without proper testing, without proper evidence, we're not gonna make this decision. We're not gonna just switch an agent from one model to another model just because it feels like the right thing to do. We need actual evidence to back up our decision. And this is what we're gonna do. We added a full stack, A/B testing, some front end stuff for Vortex specifically, and we're gonna test two different types of agent. Now, if the second type of agent it actually does well, it's actually 90% cheaper than what we originally had. So it allow us to give you guys a lot more value for your PR, and overall it should be a lot better. And we have some cool things here. So the main thing, the main crux of it is we use Claude, Haiku, or Sonnet for some of the reviewing, but it's so expensive. It's like 10 times more expensive than DeepSeek. And I was thinking, okay, yes, I love Claude, don't get me wrong. As much as they mistreat us, and if the latest update with Claude, how they're putting in watermarks into everything, they're doing some crazy stuff. And I don't agree with 90% of what they're doing, but they do have the best models. I'll give them that. And just because they have the best models, I guess they can do whatever they want. But the point is, we want Claude in our pipeline. That was a big thing. Even though our Claude pipeline for the code review is 10 times more expensive, I'm really, really adamant on keeping Claude in the loop. But the price is getting a little bit crazy, and the models are not getting any better. And there's a lot of other models from China, Chinese models, other models that are cheaper, faster, and better. So we're gonna do proper testing. This is where this comes from. So that's a little bit of a sidetrack here. Also from Mergestorm, you guys can check it out. We have a lot of cool stuff for the agents, and we have a free plan if you guys want. The free trial, the free plan. It's not even a free trial. It's just a free plan with no credit card. It gives you, I think, 50 credits or 100 credits, so you can easily run reviews for free. And when you run out, you run out. We don't charge you anything. And here you have a couple of different ways, a couple of different plans. Personally, I want this plan because I'll already run. This is my second reset I did because we do a huge amount of volume, and we're actually going to consolidate both standard and premium credits. We're just going to consolidate it into a single usage quota. So it's just going to be a lot easier, a lot simpler, and a lot more cost effective for everybody. So we're doing a lot of updates here for Mergestorm. If you guys want to check it out, we're getting more and more users. We've actually done some scaling already. We've scaled Vortex to have parallel instances. And I think today or tomorrow we're going to add an additional instance just to make sure everything is moving smoothly and fast, so you're not waiting in queue. All right, guys. So our PR here got, well, all these issues are closed. We only have one issue, which seems like it's already should be closed as well. Let's get back. So we did merge the PR. Let's go back to Cursor. I'm just gonna tell it. I don't even need to type. I'm just gonna chat. We merged the PR. Please go ahead and do the same. Sync up with main, restart production so I can test everything and also close out the open issue if it's still open. Okay, so this is just going to take care of this. Now, we still had that other issue with the other thread that popped up, but let's try to go back and get a couple of more interactions going. So let me go back here and X-Copilot. There was another thread. I forget which one it is. Was it this one? Yeah, this one. It misdiagnosed this as a genuine help request. What really, if it's a reply, we need to do it like this. If it's a reply to something that's promoting something, ignore. And even if it's a genuine help request. So that's one thing we need to do. Take a screenshot, go back to Cursor. Let me show you guys here. Okay, so another issue is this thread ended up surfacing. LLM thought that it was a genuine help request, but this was a simple question responding to a post that is simply promoting some AI product / service. If we need to properly filter out any promos, even any replies to promos should be filtered immediately. Where in our pipeline do you think this filter fits the best? I don't think this is a prompt thing, because this is more, once you get the thread, you need to look at not just the what it's the thread itself, but what it's replying to. And if it's replying to something that's a promotion, filter out the whole thing. So let me see what Cursor said. This should be a pretty easy thing. While we wait, I'm going to be jumping around a lot. So let's go back so we can stay productive. Let's see what else we have here. Let's just look at a decent one. This one, reply. Okay. We're entering the greatest era in human history for making money on the internet. Devs equipped with AI to ship apps at light speed. A little bit, I'm not sure. Oh, this guy's Ansem, right? So this guy is like one of those big influencers and stuff. So that's why he's important. I guess this is still a decent post. It's not like promoting anything too crazy. It's just kind of sharing opinion, even though I might not. The opinion seems a tired, but let's see. Creo AI. The interesting shift is that shipping is becoming cheap. The scarce part is deciding which things are worth keeping alive after launch. Yes, I agree, but also it's not even. It seems like even if you do decide to work on something, nothing's gonna be instant. It's still gonna take time to market and brand. Even if you make the product decision. Marketing / distribution becomes the mode. Okay, so this is decent. I like this one. You get to enter the thread. It has relatively low views, so we have a high chance of getting some engagement back. This is decent. So again, once we interact, we just hit mark as interacted, and it will automatically find it. Find our response. We hit confirm. It's going to save it into the memory. It's going to give us a data point. Also, we are going to mark after. So in the interacted here, an hour after and 24 hours after, we're going to collect 2 snapshots of views and likes to see how it does, and then it's gonna add it to the memory as well. That's a little bit something in the background we do to kind of help improve the threads overall, and we're still only having 29 interacted, 30 non-interested memories, so we still have quite a ways to go when it comes to curating this properly, but slowly and steady we should be able to get better and better threads. Here's another one. Let's see here. It's kind of insane how people release vibe-coded software products and it takes me less than 60 seconds to find UX breaking bugs. Do people have no shame anymore? Yes, I love this. I agree with this a lot. I'm going to explain exactly what's going on here. Ship so fast. Yeah, I do agree that a lot of these AI vibe coded SaaS, it's super fast, super easy to find some game breaking, some not game breaking, but some UX breaking bugs. I can find some in Mergestorm right now, but the problem is, it's just we ship so fast. As much as I want to handle everything, sometimes we just need to ship and ship and ship. And yeah, we do an audit of all the UX and we do proper testing, but sometimes you don't catch everything just because you ship so fast. If once you stabilize a little bit, if you have some decent MRR and you're ready to just stabilize and just uh, kind of slow down, then yeah, definitely you can focus on UX testing and ironing out all the little bugs. But until then, if you're just pushing forward, trying to grow and experiment as much as possible, you gonna have some embarrassing errors like this. And honestly, it's like vibe coding, a couple of years ago. You'd if you vibe coded stuff a couple of years ago, you'd have a lot of embarrassing stuff in the code, and people would discredit your whole product and your whole project because of this. And nowadays, the models got smarter, so that we don't really have this issue anymore. Same thing, I think, in a year or two, or even in a couple of months, we're gonna have some UI UX testing. Cloudflare is releasing web browsers for agents, so it's gonna get a lot easier to do any UX testing and proper. Right now, we're all using Playwright. Everybody's using Playwright. Playwright is outdated. It wasn't even meant to be used in the AI age. So I think once we get a kind of a new wave, a new infra for visual testing with proper AI agent, proper agentic browsers, I think it's going to be a lot better. We're not going to have any issues. I mean, even now, you can technically have Claude do Fable, run Playwright tests, and do all the tests for you, but it might still miss a couple of things. You need real visual agents, like taking screenshots, moving their mouse. It's a little bit of a different pipeline. I am working on a visual agent. It could be an interesting idea to work on this as the next open source project, like a proper visual agent. But yeah, this would be a cool thing. But right now we're just working on the X-Copilot because we just want to get our X polished up. And also, once we kind of finish this, I'm thinking maybe work on this a couple more weeks. Once we really polish this up a little bit better, then we can move forward. I'd like to stick to one project for some time so we can really get deep into the weeds, because right now it seems like we're kind of continuing to catch one extra edge case. So I hope at some point we're going to stop doing all these chasing and it's just going to kind of come together, almost like an emergent property. It's emergent gonna come together. But I think for that to happen, you need to have enough memories, enough data points, enough understanding, enough experience with the product before you can do this. So let's see what Cursor said. Promo OPs are already handled in triage. Right, so we do already kind of remove the promo OPs, but this best places after parent hydrate at / near trash, not in the early hard filters. Why? Early scout filters only see the reply card. Right, so trap replies to promos, what you already have. Triage is supposed to skip this. Cool also skips promo context and bait conversations, suppress user promo. This case leaked because the model treated it as genuine help request and didn't apply that OP promo rule. Our model, we're using DeepSeek v4 Flash, and yes, it's a little bit dumbed down, and we just do that because we don't want to spend money on Haiku or Claude or any of these way expensive models. There's no need for just simple triage classifying text, right? So I think it's just more of our prompt that's a little bit of an issue. So let's see what Cursor says. So pre-hydrate filters, no, it says prompt, good first level, already the right stage, add hiring / join us / quote promo few shots of promo OP fires. Post triage, I don't know if I want to inject more stuff into the prompt. It's a good first lever. I guess we could do it, but I would like to have a post triage cool gate. So let's do these two things here. We don't need this deterministic regular. I hate heuristics or regex for stuff like this now. Let's do these two things. Right, so I just told it, let's open up an issue and open a PR, and we'll just handle these two issues. Specifically, we'll update our prompt a tiny bit, and post triage, we'll just add a backstop for properly figuring out if the OP is a promotion, and we're just going to filter it out. So let's go back to our X-Copilot and move on. Let's check out this one. Post about preserving human judgment. Again, this is... As soon as I see some requote, I guess it's not really a promotion, but what he's got... Okay, this seems like he read this. Okay, absolutely insane. That might be the clearest glimpse you have how AI terms are. Anthropic asked an unreleased version of Claude to take a real stab at the. Oh yeah, this is the Riemann hypothesis. I read it yesterday already. Preservation of human judgment is really important right now. When humans will live with the consequences, humans must live with the decisions. AI is a guide. Trade-offs. There are always trade-offs. Those trade-offs are where the machines can and will get things wrong, and they don't carry any liability. Yeah, I mean, I gotta agree with this. Yeah, one of the there's no yeah, one of the most infuriating things when I work with AI is when it does make a mistake. There's no accountability. Yeah, that's what kind of did notice it. You know, sometimes if an AI makes a mistake, there's no accountability. There's nothing. Uh, you know, it'll just say, "Oh my God, I'm sorry," and a lot of times it'll say, "We messed it up." A lot of times the AI will say, "We messed this up," not "I messed this up," or it's like, "No, we messed it up together." It's something like this. Sometimes when you really are stressed out and trying to build something, that can really infuriate you. All right, guys. Let's see what's next. We're good. We're also, if you guys notice this tab, the data stuff here, I am very bad. I am very bad at this. I wanted to do. I'm. I want to do this like a service. Um, but to do that, the only kind of weird thing is the sessions, right? I mean, we could store your session cookie and login session, but I'm not sure when it comes to TOS if you're allowed to kind of use other people's session cookies to, search X and stuff. It's becoming a little weird. That's why we are keeping this as just personal. You see in the top, it says local host. You see right there, it says local host. Exactly. So the reason is I'm not, I have my X account is really old. I don't know. This is a really old X account, like from 2014 or something. Yeah, 2014. Old, old X account. And I don't want to lose it. So the X-Copilot, I love it. That's the reason we're making it so that also if you guys use it, you're not going to lose your account. There's no way. Why? Because we're not, we specifically not making it so that, oh, you click a button and it will automatically generate the reply for you without EM dashes and you post it. This is against TOS. I mean, you can spin it every which way. You can even make it to where it will just suggest an idea that you should post about. But that's already makes it inorganic. It makes it edgy. So we make it to where, okay, you are allowed to find correct threats to interact with, but it's your job to understand what it's about and how you want to about it. On purpose, we don't do it. You can do it yourself. If you want to clone the repo, you want to give this a try, you can. It's a one prompt solution, one prompt, one PR addition. Use DeepSeek or some other LLM to construct a reply. You can even copy paste it, or you can retype it in, whichever way you want. Because if let's say this is the reply that they want you to put, you could copy paste it like this. But guess what? X is gonna know that you copy pasted it. It's probably gonna trigger something. So you can literally type it out like this. But regardless of what you do, it's just kind of like going down the wrong road. So our idea is, on purpose, we do not make it. We make it so we do not help you with constructing the reply, but we help you with identifying what to reply with. This is the reason why it feels like it's half finished and we don't have like the second part of the pipeline. It's to protect your X accounts. If you are using this, there's zero chance of you ever getting banned or shadow banned or anything, because you're just opening up an X thread and manually replying to it, right? So that's a big thing for X. I know X is smart algorithms, and we're not here trying to do anything weird. Now, if we did turn this into a service, we would just need to pay for X API. If we have X API, you just connect it. Maybe you pay some monthly subscription just to help us cover the cost of the API. Might be like $1 a month, $2 a month, something super cheap. And we cover the DeepSeek inference as well. So I am considering making this into a real product, like a SaaS app. To also be a good education to show you guys, get the domain, deploy the API, set up Nginx, set up the DNS, all that kind of stuff. I think it's good for education purposes. If you are trying to kind of make some product yourself, you can see some cool patterns. So anyway, let's see where we at. Let's go back to Cursor because I've been rambling on while Cursor has been also rambling on. So Cursor opened a nice PR for us. This is where we adjust the prompt and filter out some other stuff. Let's go here to our issues or to our PRs. Actually, let's go through Mergestorm. I no longer use GitHub anymore. In the sense of I no longer look at my PRs through GitHub. I used to do this all the time. I no longer do this. I just do it through the Mergestorm dashboard right here. I do it like this, and I just land it. So Vortex is all clear. There's no CI. You can even ask something in the chat if you need something to explain this, or maybe add some changes even. You could have Cyclone add some changes, but we're just going to go ahead and land this. Now that it's landed, I'm going to go back to Cursor. I'm just going to tell it, I could do it myself, I guess, but please re-merge the PR. Go ahead and restart production so I can test everything. Nice and easy. Make sure that you say nice and easy at the end. It will save you tokens and it will make everything nice and easy. Sometimes I have the AI, I noticed it will actually, if you say nice and easy, a couple of times I noticed that after doing some prompt, at the end they'll be like, nice and easy. It'll like kind of like give you a little bit of a passive aggressive thing, but it does make a difference. If you say nice and easy, I like it because it kind of puts it in the frame that this is a nice and easy fix. Don't over engineer it. The reason why I say nice and easy, to prevent it from trying to over engineer something complex. Another thing I like to say is keep it low diff, please. Low diff. If I outline a specific issue, I needed to solve only this issue, I say please, implement this PR to close this gap, minimal diff. So production is ready, everything is restarted. Let's go back to Copilot. Let's refresh. And yeah, so another thing here, as you can see the data points, and we have a streak. This is just for you guys, but obviously if we can create a real service out of this, right? If we can if we get a real domain, we can even have you guys sign up for free. I would love to have like a ranking. The whole point of this is to make it into a game. We play games. We love games. Everybody loves games. I love games, playing all sorts of games. But we need to stay focused. We need to start playing games that matter. We should stop wasting time playing someone else's game. Create your own game that gives you real value and play your own game. So I'm trying to make it into a little game where you get levels, you have streaks. I'm really bad at the streaks. My best one was 4 days. But better yet, it'd be nice to see a list of users who are interacting or who are using this product. Maybe you can follow each other. Again, the other thing is we can be very careful. If you start offering some sort of incentive to post on X or some sort of incentive to follow someone, it becomes real tricky. There's been a lot of problems like this. So there has to be, first of all, zero monetary incentive in any shape or form. It has to be only purely maybe engagement. It's a little bit different. If you see someone's profile, you can maybe follow them, maybe they'll follow you back, but you can't have any sort of like monetary exchange for engagement. That goes against TOS. But the cool thing is, if we created this into a service, you guys sign up, you can have a leaderboard of users who are interacting the most. And even though it seems like there's no point to it, it'll just make it a little more gamified, and you'll be able to see who's interacting, how much, how many average interactions per day are users doing, how many followers do they have, are they gaining followers, are they losing followers. This would be a really cool way to create a small community of other founders and developers who are looking to grow their X account. And this is something you could do maybe once a day. You just stop by for 10-15 minutes in the morning with your coffee, go through some threads. You don't need to do many, just a couple of replies, 2 or 3 per day, in the morning. That's all you really need. And you can still go on X and continue to do normal interactions. That's another gap, actually, I want to talk about, is we are only counting interactions which have been made through this app. This is a good thing. This is something that someone else has actually asked us about, and I'm gonna try and tackle this right now. We still have a couple of minutes left. I'm gonna maybe start on this, but I'm gonna finish this off stream, and tomorrow we can resume. So here's the deal. I'm just gonna say a bunch of stuff to Cursor, and it's I hope he's gonna figure out something useful out of it. Let me just at least think what I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna explain that I would like to actually get every interaction that the user made, not just through the app, but if there's a simple way that we can collect, maybe through a hourly loop, every hour we just run and see the user's replies slash posts, and so we can collect and put them into our data, inject them into our data, because this is additional data points. Just because they didn't interact through our app, just because they didn't click mark interacted, doesn't mean that we should not count this or their engagement didn't count, right? So I think that's an important feature. I think that's kind of a pretty big gap that is kind of missing. So let's just try to figure this out. I'm gonna just spit some text and see what Cursor says. Okay, so let's move on to a slightly different problem. I would like to find a way how we can collect not only replies that we mark as interacted through our X-Copilot, but also any replies the user makes off of our platform just through the X. Is there a simple way we can maybe every hour run a collection loop where we just look at the user's latest replies and see what they reply to and store that into our memory, and in addition store that as our data point. In addition, we should also collect views and likes for those replies just like we do for the interactive replies that are done through our app. So please do a proper investigation and give me a couple of options. What makes the most sense? I'm thinking a simple hourly loop would be nice enough. Just one thing to be careful with is we are not using the official X API, so we want to be careful about rate limits, and we don't want to just spam our queries or our session cookies so we don't get rate limited or get flagged. So please go ahead and investigate this and give me a couple of good options. Where is my Grok 4.6? Hi, oh, excuse me, this is new? Sorry, I'm yelling. Bro, what is 4.5 and it's new? Excuse me, bro. What is that? Oh, yeah, well, I'm not sure. It wasn't always high fast? I'm not sure if it was always high fast, but now it is. Yeah. Unless maybe, oh, it's no longer new. Okay, I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure they're supposed to release 4.6. Where is 4.6? Maybe it's like 4.5/6. I don't know. 4.5 is already so OP. There's a lot of models, guys. Kimi K3, I love it. I only use Kimi K3 through my Kimi CLI, through my usage, so I never pay for API. Sonnet 4, Sonnet is never used Sonnet. Haiku, we still use Haiku for our code review, but it's incredibly expensive. And we're considering, look, Haiku costs about 10 times more, is about 10 times more expensive than DeepSeek, okay? Haiku is older than DeepSeek. Now, here's the thing. Let's say we're doing a code review, okay? Let's say we're doing code review. Haiku costs, I'll say $1 for a review. DeepSeek will cost you 10 cents, right? That's just, let's say that's the baseline. Now think about this. You can run one Haiku review, or you can run 10 parallel DeepSeek reviewers, and it'll be about the same speed because it's in parallel, right? So it's like one DeepSeek reviewer, one Haiku. So which one will identify more issues? I'm thinking, well, it must be the 10 DeepSeek, right? Because you're gonna have 10 agents hammering through all your stuff, and it's still gonna cost you the same as one Haiku agent. So that's what we're doing with the new A/B testing. We're starting off simple. I'm really excited about this new A/B test that we're landing. So if you guys are using Mergestorm, we're automatically enrolling you into this because it's zero cost to you. We're not charging you extra credits. It's just a free thing we're offering you guys. Maybe you guys can help us by voting on your favorite review option. And so the idea is one of the tests will just be running good old Sonnet slash Haiku. Expensive, simple. It's what we've been running. It has good quality. It definitely has good quality. It's been proven to have good quality. Now, on the other side, we're going to be running just a single DeepSeek agent. So right now, it's going to be one of them is going to be 90% cheaper versus the other. And just based on that, we're going to see which one is better. You might never know. Even a single DeepSeek agent might be better than a Haiku. Why? Because DeepSeek just released a new model. DeepSeek is fresh, it's new, it's cheaper. Even one agent might beat a Haiku agent. But even if that's not going to give us like the clear winner, well, we can just double up or triple up. 2 or 3 DeepSeek agents running in parallel compared to one Haiku agent. There's no way. I mean, again, this is like a gut feeling. My gut feeling says there's no way that Haiku, a single Haiku agent, will outperform 3 DeepSeek agents. But we're not gonna make decisions just based on gut feelings. So before doing that, we're gonna add proper A/B testing. We're gonna run this for a couple days, maybe a day or two, a couple hundred reviews. After we figure out, okay, even if this A/B test already shows pretty favorable data in terms of DeepSeek being better performing, then we're gonna say, okay, let's double up. Let's run 2 parallel DeepSeek agents instead of a single Haiku agent. It's still gonna be like 80% cheaper for everybody involved. So I'm really excited about doing these tests. But I think let's see what Cursor said, because we've been kind of oh guys, I had the wrong window open. Anyway, here, let's see what Cursor said. Cursor said an hourly loop fits well, and you already have most of the plumbing. What you have today? We have the plumbing, yeah, we have the mark interacted, we have the stats worker, and we have the own reply detect already use a session search timeline. The only constraints are we want to keep the discovery cheap. About 1 search per hour, small page, reuse existing metric pacing, don't add a second aggressive crawler, exactly. So the recommended option is piggyback on the existing hourly stats worker, right? Each stats tick before/after the sampling, we resolve the name, one latest search, keep the cards, upsert interaction. Exactly. So we're going to use the hourly stats worker to not only grab snapshots for existing replies, but also discover additional replies that were done off the platform. Oh, so very simple. I'm going to go ahead and just, I'm not even going to read the rest because this recommending this makes sense. There's a separate lightweight sync PM2 worker. We don't really need it. Let's just piggyback off our existing one. And let me just do that. So, okay, so let's go ahead and go with option number 1. Let's just piggyback off of our existing hourly stats worker without adding any additional crazy weight onto our search pipeline. So please go ahead and open up a well-scoped issue on the PR and then implement a single PR or a stack of MGPRs if you think that's needed. So MGPRs. Okay, yeah, I think we're going to end it here. I'm going to have it finish this PR. It's going to churn a little bit. It's going to take some time to do. And then offline, we're going to merge this. And tomorrow, when we're back, we're going to see how well this worked. If there's any issues, I'll try to work them out off stream. So I think I'm going to end this here. It's been about an hour. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. If you have any questions, please let me know. And yeah, so I'm really excited about this new feature. We're going to actually collect a lot more data from your account, from the account, not just the ones you've interacted with, but actually replies that you've done off the app as well. And just, I think other than that, we're all done here. Just wanted to mention, yeah, if you guys want to check out Mergestorm, we have the free plan, so you guys can get the free reviews. And one last thing, yeah, the cool thing about Mergestorm is you are able to land these huge features mostly automatically. So if you check this box, once you have this PR stack done, it will automatically wait for the correct PRs to finish churning. It will merge them. It will get the seam done. Once the seam is done, it'll go on to the next one, another seam, and once everything is into a single, once everything is on a single review unit, then you can run a big Mergestorm review on it. So actually, you can do this right now. I believe we already ran Tempest review, but once you have this big unit with all these PRs, it's usually going to be a big review unit. At that point, you can go ahead and run big systemic reviews on this, like with Tempest, where it will identify issues across PRs, and it's meant to work with big diffs. So I think that's going to be it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by, and we're going to continue building this X-Copilot. If you guys want to check it out, the description is in the repo is in the description. It's open source. You can clone this locally and work, have it run on your PC. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one.